Hi guys, today I am here with what I think is the complete set of Lego minifigures. This is series 16, and I'm going to go through and show you each one and show you the bump codes, even though those aren't quite as reliable as they used to be. People still like to see them, so I do continue to show them. So the first one I'm opening up is the Ice Queen. There's lots of different pieces you can feel for with her, but really all you need to look for is this base. She's the only one that has like this kind of square base. The rest of them have the standard Lego legs, but she has lots of other pieces that you can also feel for. Her little ice crown. There's a couple other little accessories. So this is what the Ice Queen looks like. She's a pretty cool minifigure. And she has like a holographic type little cape on her and no printing on the back. And her bump code looks like this. Now the region that's stamped on this bag is 623B6. So unless that is stamped on the bag, these won't be accurate. So the next one I'm going to open this is the Arabian Knight. So you can feel for his turban and his sword. Those would be key pieces on finding out that that's him. Here is the Arabian Knight. And there's one other character that has a sword, but his sword is shaped differently, so that's probably the best way to find him. And his bump code is just two little dots in the corner. It almost looks like there's one right here, but I think that's an air bubble. Cute. This is the penguin suit guy. So his head, I guess, already comes in there. Or maybe that's just a coincidence. So for him, you can feel for the top piece that has, you know, the different shaped arms, or you can feel for the little ice skates because there are two of them. And he does have the short legs as well. And here's the penguin suit guy, his little skates on. He's very cute. And his code looks like this. And these were supposed to be released in August, but we were able to find them a little bit early at Target. I think Target set them out earlier than they were supposed to. So this one is the Babysitter. There are two little heads because you do actually get a little baby minifigure, which is really cool. So you could feel for that piece or this little tiny head or even the hair, and then there's also the bottle. So all different things you can feel for. And here is the Babysitter minifigure. I really like this one a lot because we get the little baby that we don't really see too often. Very cute. And there's very little printing on the back. Here's a better shot of the little baby. And the bump code looks like that. So next, we have the pirate. So for this one, like I said, he's the only other one that has a sword. But this one is much smaller, and there's not as much of a curve in the sword as this one. So you can definitely tell the difference between the two. And then of course you could also check for this little piece as well. Make sure both of them are there, and that's how you know you have the pirate. Here's the pirate. He's a pretty cool minifigure. His little map. He's got a little anchor tattoo. Facial hair, chest hair. A little bit of ripped up clothing on the back. And for his bump coat, I could only for sure tell this one here in the corner. I thought it was the same one for a moment because I saw another kind of map. So this is the mountain hiker. He has a small little piece that's similar to the map, but then he also has this itty bitty little compass and this weird little backpack piece that you could feel from the bag, and you could also feel that little indent when you're feeling for the pieces. And this is the hiker. I must say I do love his little compass, and he does have two different expressions on his face. So he has this rather excited one, and you could also change it, flip it around here to this more concerned look. So you do have that option. And there's his backpack. And his code. There's one like way at the very bottom here, and then one over here. Next we have the Cyborg. So for this one, you can feel for this little tiny piece or the gun. The gun's probably the best one to feel for. There's also this little like chest piece as well. And this is what the female Cyborg looks like. And again, the best way to figure out that one is that chest piece. It's the only character in this series that has a chest piece. There's a little bit of side printing on that one side. And these codes are getting very hard to figure out. So there's one over here, one over here. They're very, very faint. I feel like they get more faint as the series go on. They're harder to figure out. So never go solely by those. Always make sure you feel the bag. So this is the Rogue. He is a pretty cool little character. So he has this little bow and arrow that obviously is going to be a big hint. And here is the Rogue character, fully assembled, with his quiver on the back. And his bump code. Next we have the Mariachi Guy. So there's a couple obvious pieces here that you're going to feel for in the bag. His guitar, you would be able to feel the shape of that, and of course his hat. And this is the Mariachi Guy. I'll take his hat off so you can see his face a little bit better. He comes with the little mustache that goes in between his body piece and his head. It's got a little bit of printing on the side. And he's got his printing on his hat as well. I really like this one, it's very cute. And here is his bump code. He also goes by the Serenader. Sometimes they're called different names depending on what website you look at. So Serenader or the Mariachi Guy. And this one, probably the one everybody's really interested in finding, is the banana suit guy. Obviously, you're gonna probably notice him right away. This is a huge piece for those little bags, so you're definitely gonna be able to feel the banana suit. It's all one piece. And here he is assembled. Just says banana. Has a little banana sticker on him. So very simple, but a really cute character. I always like the ones that are dressed up in suits, probably the most. And his bump code was real plain. Just one on each end. That's all I could find on the bag. And we're almost done. We have a few more to go through. This is another one I liked. I always like when they come with the animals too. So this one is the mountain hiker, or wildlife photographer rather. Forgot to take this out of the bag, but he does have a camera, which is really easy to feel for. It's got the little handle, and then you could also try to feel for the little penguin if you wanted. And he also has this little piece that I keep dropping, kind of like how the female Cyborg does. So they both have like a similar piece, and a huge little helmet. And she does have a two-sided face. I wanted to show you that before I assemble it. So she has one that has like her little glasses or goggles on it, and on the other side she has a little winky face. The wildlife photographer and her little penguin. The bump code. So we have 5 more left. And this one is the female boxer. So she does have this long hair piece. I don't like to go by hair pieces generally. She also has this, and most notably her chest piece has the gloves. It's not going to have the normal Lego hands. So there's a couple things that you can look for. And with the female boxer, she does have 2 faces. So she has this one, and then she has a more angry looking face on the back. And with her bump coat, it looks pretty much exactly like the wildlife one that was just up, except the dots are a little bit more spread out. Like I said, it's really hard to tell with these bags. I don't know if it's just the set that I happen to get or they're just becoming more faint. But it is hard to tell where the actual bumps are. Little pieces is stuck in there. Okay. So this is the spy. And he has all these like little accessories that you can definitely feel from the bag. So it's like a little rope. He has these little, I guess like night vision goggles, a little weapon, and a little backpack that you can definitely feel. You can feel that there's a hole through it. You can feel that through the bag. And here's the spy with his night vision goggles on. These just come off. They kind of clip into his headpiece. You can see the little indentation there. And the bump code. And again, the dots are really faint, but it kind of looks like there's 3 of them. We have 3 left. Here is, pieces keep getting stuck in there. This is the little imp or the devil or the little kid in the devil costume. It does have the short legs and obviously the pitchfork. That'll be very easy to feel for. And then it also feels like there's another little like, well, it's bigger than a head, but the pumpkin you can normally feel, and the tail. So lots of different options here. Here's the little kid in the devil costume. On his face, he has like his little tongue sticking out. And pretty cool little costume. I do like the Halloween ones, they're some of my favorite. So we only have 2 left to go. So this one is the dog show winner. So obviously we have the dog piece you can feel for, pretty big. And then also the trophy, that's probably going to be the easiest. The little handles. And here is the dog show winner. I like this one, it's probably one of my favorites in the set. He's got a little dog biscuit, a little #1, little ribbon. The dog outline on the trophy. And the cute little dog. And his bump codes were all over the place. There were several that I could pick out. And the very last one, let's see, which one are we missing? Oh, the spooky little goth kid, spooky boy. There's a couple different names for him floating around online. So for him, I felt him immediately because of this book. It's bigger than the little squares that the maps came on. And it's a little squishy. It's plastic and it should open too. So you can tell what that is automatically through the package. You could also feel for the spider. Another unique piece. And lastly, the little spooky boy. The little sad face, and he has like one little vampire tooth. But I do like that he came with a spider and the little book. Very cute. And his bump code. And I'm also going to show you that little insert that comes with them all. This time we do not get codes for the little minifigure game. We just get some instructions on how to assemble some of the more difficult ones. So thank you so much for watching my complete set of Series 16. Please subscribe to my channel if you like these kind of videos. I do one for every series, and I also put out like the upcoming news if we know really early what the next set will be. Bye guys!